what I want to talk about is your financial planning. How about making January the month that you do some work on your long-term financial goals? It's not hard to be an exceptional player here. Just take a few baby steps. And what I'm thinking is that first thing you do, you go to the bookstore or the library or someplace and get one of those magazines on personal financial management. Yeah, actually, this one's on pipe progress, but if you go to the bookstore, you can even steal the coupon out of there and get a subscription for almost nothing. This one I actually stole from my doctor's office. Anyway, the cool thing about these is no matter how many of them you look at, they're all going to give you the same first step, and that is get signed up for your 401k. It's the first step, it's the best step, it's the super duper deal. And yep, that's why I'm here today, is we're going to talk about 401k. Now, we do have two different programs at H.D. Fowler Company. One of them is called 401k and the other's profit sharing. Profit sharing is the one where we put some money in a bucket for you and it's saved off to one side and you get it back when you retire or die, or sometimes when you leave. But the 401k is the one where you withdraw a little money from your paycheck and put it into your own account. And that one's the super special deal. And it's a good deal for a lot of reasons. The first one, and they'll explain them in the magazine here, is they grow tax deferred. That is, you don't have to pay taxes on the interest earned on your money. And when you do the math, that means that your money doubles faster and faster and faster than it would under other circumstances, like if you just went out and invested in your own Schwab account. Number two, H.D. Fowler Company matches some of the money that you put in there. They match 30% of the first $4,000, and they put that into a matching fund. Now that little fund, I don't want to get too complex here, but that little fund is subject to about a 6-year vesting schedule. It's all yours after 6 years, just like the profit sharing plan. But what that really means is if you pledge, if you have withdrawn from your paycheck a certain amount of money every year, you're like getting that extra 30% on it in that first year. It's like 30% extra interest. And if the funds that you put the money into have just kind of like normal growth rates, which historically have been around 10%, or even if they were only 5%, your money would be doubling in just a couple of years. That's how fast it's going to grow. So it's a super special deal. Okay, now the third thing I want to remind you of, or tell you about if you've never heard it before, is your 401k dollars are super safe. They're fully funded. You know, sometimes you read about companies that have a profit sharing or a pension plan and they don't put the money in there. They like promise they're going to put the money in later. We're talking about your dollars. They go into, they're actually held by Charles Schwab. They go into a fund, the cash is in there, and then you get 12 different mutual funds or money market funds to choose from. You get to direct what the dollars go into. And that means you don't have to worry a whole lot about the dollars not being there. Now it happens that every couple of months, the profit sharing trustees, that would be myself and Rick Divers and Dave Kirker, we sit down and we get a report to make sure that the funds are still good funds, they're still doing what they're supposed to do. The international fund is still international, the money market fund is money market, and the stock fund manager hasn't suddenly gotten rich enough that he decides to abandon the stock fund and go off and live on a tropical island somewhere. So we make sure that the funds are still working the way they're supposed to, but we don't get to touch the funds. We can't take any money out of them or anything like that. The fourth thing that I want to tell you is there is a nifty website provided, and you can go and watch your money, see how much dollars you've got in each fund, how much it's made, and if you want to, every day you can go in there and shift a few dollars from this fund into that fund. It's like a video game, only it's real money. That's a good thing. Fifth thing, should make you feel better. The whole process is audited by really scary CPAs who come and hit me over the head if anything is not right about the way things are being managed. And even the U.S. Department of Labor every so often checks up on us and makes sure that we're handling things correctly. So it's really pretty safe. And the last thing, number 6, and this is a really good thing about 401k, and although we don't encourage that you have to do it, but if necessary, if really, really important, you can borrow money from your 401k fund, and then you have to pay it back, and you have to pay interest on it when you pay it back, but the interest you pay goes to you. So that's a good thing. You can only borrow for 3 really important things. Now I want you to forget about those things. Hopefully you never have to use your 401k for this. This is supposed to be the bottom floor foundation for your retirement income. Like I say, let's go back to the beginning. This is your January New Year's resolution. January is the month that you jump in and sign up for this, or you change the amount that you're withholding every month. We can also do this in July if your first 1,000 hours with H.D. Fowler Company pops up, next May or June. But let's do it now. Sign up for as much as you can, read in the magazine, talk to your friends that know a lot about this. 401ks are the very best retirement deal out there, and you'll be real proud of yourself. Thanks very much. Happy New Year, 007. Thank you.